And that's a very superficial way of living, in my opinion. You know, it's not for me, but I don't look down on the people. I don't look down on the people that live in that way, because life is a game. You know, life is a game, and we're all playing our own individual game. And if that's the game that you want to play, then be the best at that game. I just got out of LAX. First time in LA. Can you believe that? Out here in LA for 5 days. It's just me and a book bag. And right now I'm walking to a bus stop to catch a bus to a restaurant to get some food. And I'm gonna vlog my 5-day trip here in LA as I explore, as I meet people, as I hopefully encounter some interesting things, and just see what LA has to offer. Stay tuned. I know that a lot of you guys that watch my content would probably consider yourselves a creative or self-expressive individual, someone that is ambitious, adventurous, and so on and so forth. For those of us that are of like-minded energy and of a like-minded consciousness, I feel like we do ourselves a disservice by oftentimes thinking about the things that we don't have, about the things that our parents or our families didn't equip us with mentally or from an environmental standpoint. We often label ourselves as breaking generational curses. I think it's also good for us to acknowledge the fact that our parents or whoever raised us, whoever was in our circle of influence, they gave us the energy and they equipped us with at least a little bit of what we needed to get out in the world and be adventurous, be fearless at times, and take a risk. I know people in situations that they don't know what this looks like, man. They wouldn't even dream of experiencing something like this. And this is such a small feat in the grand scheme of the world and traveling and experiencing life. And that's one thing that I want to do with my content. You'll oftentimes hear me speak on us being a God, or our God-like being, and us having that divine energy within us. And when I say God, I'm not talking about the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'm speaking on us being a God as in generator, organizer, and dispenser of our reality, meaning that we can manifest anything that we want if we put our minds to it. If our thoughts are conducive with what we want in our reality, it will manifest. Physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever you want, you can literally accomplish it. Putting in the work behind the scenes, it's really, really dedicating your life to wanting to get to a destination and figuring out how you're gonna get there. Other than that, man, just get out here and make it happen. Just get out here and make it happen, man. There's a lot of life out here. I want to show people that it's not hard, my nigga. It is not hard to get up, grind, get yourself right, and put yourself in a position that you want to be in.
You'll make a lot of choices. Some will be right, some will be wrong. Today, personally, for myself, like, I just want to do what's right, and what's righteous. Get things in line sometimes, it takes a while trying to figure out, where you want to go. Some people don't figure out when they're 19, 18. See what everybody else is doing. Some people may feel like they get lost or whatever, and that's just like, that's a part of...
It's part of your growth process.
Yeah, it's part of the process, right? So we're now in an age where we have so many things like our phones and all these things in our hands where it's showing us, people who live in these certain lifestyles and doing these certain things. And we want to get there, and we want things in a rush, and we want it because we see it when other people got it. And yeah, every day is new. That's the real attitude that you should have. You should look at everything like it's a new day. Like, you know what I mean? Like every day is... You're lucky to have that because, some people don't get to reach 21, right. 22, 25, 26, whatever, 30, 33, whatever, You just gotta really take hold of your blessings, man, and whatever opportunity that you have, what's really gonna benefit you, your process, and what's not. Sometimes it's hard, the lines get blurred a lot, Yeah. There's a lot of great lines, especially nowadays, so.
Right. That was my guy Cam, dropping some wisdom on making choices in life and staying on course throughout our journey. When I pulled up to the Airbnb, him and a cool dude from New York was outside rolling up, so I knew it was good energy. The Airbnb was clean and it had a dope vibe to it. As soon as I walked into the room, I felt like I was in the opening scene from Belly. Keep watching to see day 2 as I make my way up to Crenshaw and Slauson to see Nipsey Hussle spot, walk through Hollywood, and hit Santa Monica Pier to close out the day. What's going on with you, man? Rolling tray right here?
Yeah.
Nice. How y'all doing? How much for this right here?
40.
40?
Right up to 50.
40.
Bellow on the bellow on the bellow.
This the whole works, man. In fact, don't just come here alone. Come here with your community.
Yeah.
The guy who owns the coffee house down the street, hook him up with the guy who owns the coffee house here and get the stream together, man.
Yeah.
So like I say, I don't feel what you're saying. I'm thinking of maybe, this is an art cart. This is a portable cart that can actually put a studio on it.
Uh-huh.
You can do a podcast on something like this, like just put your podcast on it, roll it wherever you want to, and do it from there. So that's, I kind of know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Exactly. Get something going, man, immediately.
Yeah, man. That's
Revolution starts now. That ain't the answer.
What's the answer?
That ain't the answer. Bob Marley's dead. Okay, I'm telling you, Bob Marley was big, dead. They're making jokes about Malcolm Martin Luther King.
Bellow on the bellow.
That's how he does. He jumps up like he's gonna take it. Stop! Don't come in. Get back. We're not open. Sign says open. We're wholesale only. What makes you think I don't have a wholesale license?
Yeah.
See, it's one thing to just get into town. It's another thing to know. Okay, that's a good idea. Now,
I appreciate you, man, for everything.
That's one brilliant thing you just did.
Yeah.
That's fucking brilliant. Which is, I like that idea. You're supposed to ask me. But that's a good greeting card. No, okay, that's a business card.
Right.
Is that what you did?
Bellow on the bellow on the bellow.
closing out an eventful day 2 in Southern California. I'm actually out in Santa Monica right now on the pier. But man, it's been fun. Meeting a lot of interesting people. The old guy with the freeform dreads that looked like Lil Wayne's. He dropped a lot of knowledge on me, man. It was good having a conversation with him. One thing I've noticed about a lot of the people out here from an energy level, you know, going from Slauson and Crenshaw to Hollywood to Santa Monica to LA, I've noticed that people in the Hollywood area, you know, they kind of have an energy, you know, almost when you acknowledge them, you know, just acknowledge their human existence walking up and down the street, they kind of give off a vibe like, oh, I don't know if I should be seen talking to you. You know, it might jeopardize my status or might compromise my ego. And you always hear about people that are a little bit bougie, egotistical or self-absorbed in this LA culture, kind of like a dog-eat-dog world. And I kind of got those vibes. But, you know, nonetheless, you know, people are creatives. I've ran into a lot of creatives and they have a lot to be proud of and, you know, a lot of self-worth, I guess you can kind of put it. Those thinking of taking a trip to Los Angeles, do not be surprised to see houseless people taking naps on the sidewalks, or even better, using the ground as their personal bathroom. Just act like you've been around it before. It's honestly a rather fitting metaphor or symbolic image of what this capitalistic land we call America is all about. Seeing the stars on the ground in Hollywood and thinking of the billions of dollars that the industry generates while having tent cities set up just a few blocks away. It's kind of amazing to see in person. One thing that I did come to appreciate was the harmonious relationship that the LA residents had with those less fortunate. Oftentimes you'll see people tossing them an old pair of shoes, some bottles of water, and just providing them with a leftover meal instead of throwing it away. We even got a live show from outside view of our hotel room. So for those that are just about fed up with living in this matrix and paying bills, rent, groceries, and overpriced gas, operating under an elusive government, but you don't quite have the means to leave the country, understand that there is a growing community in Southern California where you can find refuge. Had to come out here, pay my respects to the great Kobe Bryant. Man, it definitely is a soft spot in my heart, man, because the first 2 years of me watching NBA basketball, I've seen Kobe go back to back. Always had heard the name Kobe. And for me to see him win 2 championships my first time following the league, I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga's for real, this nigga's the truth. And always kind of had looked up to Kobe as an example, you know, for hard work, dedication, perseverance, pushing through, mind over matter, Mamba mentality. And Kobe Bryant, man, is a solid dude. After seeing Nipsey Hussle place of business and now getting to see Kobe Bryant's place of business, all the historical things he done in this building right behind me, dropping many niggas off on his way to 5 championships. It hurts, man. Not only for me, because I've always had a fascination with LA culture, the black community took a big hit losing Nipsey Hussle and Kobe Bryant within the same calendar year. So 2 stand-up dudes, solid individuals led by example, father figures. That's what you want to look up to as a young black man. You know, you look up to people like them that are spreading knowledge and wisdom and really actively affecting the community. It's 2 legendary souls that will live on forever. You know, so big shout out to Kobe Bryant, man. Big shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in power. as much as I've enjoyed my time down here in Southern California, I don't know if I could live here. When I look around, and again, this is just me and my brain and my own human observation, but when I look around, I see a lot of people living for an image that's almost not theirs. Not necessarily when you come to the beach or the Santa Monica area, but like I said before, Los Angeles, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, like that area, that vibe, the energy, you know, I think everyone's trying to make it. Everyone's trying to get more followers, more attention, more likes. And that's a very superficial way of living, in my opinion. You know, it's not for me, but I don't look down on the people. I don't look down on the people that live in that way, because life is a game. You know, life is a game, and we're all playing our own individual game. And if that's the game that you want to play, then be the best at that game. Well, that's what you get out in LA. You get a lot of people out here that are living for that image, living for that ego. And, you know, that's just not me. But again, nothing wrong with the people that, you know, do come out here to pursue that energy and pursue that type of lifestyle, because you got the talent, you got the creativity, and then Los Angeles is definitely the place for you to build your following and for you to interact with like-minded energy. But again, if that's what you want, you know, everything's going to come with an apparent sacrifice. And for some people, I feel like that sacrifice may be their own moral standing or what they hold within their heart. You might have to sacrifice that to put out or portray this image to the world. And again, that's just my observation. But those are usually the funnest people. Those are usually the funnest people to party with, man. I would love to hang out and meet and interact with some of those people just because they're fucking fun, you know? But, you know, shout out to everybody that's in LA, man. I've talked to some great people. I've met some interesting people, man, some genuine people too. So I can't say that everyone is fake or everyone is ego-driven. But overall, man, I've had a great time out here, and I really enjoyed my time in LA. I think I'm gonna head back up, hop on the Greyhound tomorrow morning, and but yeah, man, Los Angeles, because this is beautiful. Like, this is absolutely beautiful, man. You know, it doesn't get much better than this. It does not get much better than this from well, I haven't been outside the country yet, and I know that's coming next, but as far as what you can get in America and from what I've seen, these Los Angeles and Santa Monica and Southern California views are to die for, man. So I encourage anybody to get out here. I'm gonna head to a bar, a sports bar that I found, and I'm gonna kick back and watch the Lakers game. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy these beach vibes for the last time that I'm gonna be out here. And yeah, man, just relax, man. Just enjoy it.